Oh, this is my short review of my room at Blossum Beachside Spa. It's quite a nice room actually. I like the furniture in it. It's got a Japanese feel to it because I think it actually is a Japanese company that owns these resorts, and they've got one also in Da Nang. It's a firm but comfortable bed. Got no complaints there. You've got lights on either side, which I always like to have, like little, they're sort of fairly new design type of desk lamps, but they're good because you have low light if say you want to watch TV. And actually, I just checked out the TV and it was excellent. Great reception and a really good choice of stations. Not as many as back in my place in Saigon, but much better quality. Not such an emphasis on local Viet channels, but there's a few Fox channels there. They've even got the infamous CNN, so that's always good for a laugh if you want to see fake news. And look, I like the sort of wood grain design here. It's quite nice. And the bathroom is quite reasonable too. Quite happy with that. Only thing I've got to say practically though, cleverly you can't put the plug in there so you can do some washing, clothes washing. So that's a non-starter, which I suppose I can understand from their perspective because they want to get you to pay for laundry, but not so good for me. And it's a similar design with the shower that what I had in the previous place in Da Nang, in Jolia, where you've got a choice between the hand washing or the big overhead shower head, which is quite good, I've got to say. Although the heat did tend to drop off near the end, and of course you get shampoo and body gel and conditioner as well. There's a balcony just out there. It's only, I guess you call it like a Juliet balcony. It's quite small, but a comfortable enough room. I've got no complaints, and it was relatively quiet. And there's a lot of freebies here, which is nice. The fact that you do get the free pho, and that was actually all right. I had the chicken version, and it was a small bowl, but it was, if you wanted to have more, you could. There was no limit on the amount of pho that you wanted to drink or eat, so I could have actually had another bowl if I wanted to, but 9 o'clock at night I didn't feel like having a big meal. And I had another G&T, and that was quite good too. 55,000, it's quite reasonable for that. Took advantage of the free bikes, push bikes. Now outside there's the downstairs area with there's a pool and you got the lounges. But down the road there's a number of resorts about 800 metres away. I didn't think Hoi An was that great. It's become basically, it's just a big tourist town now. It's not even, I mean, there's some real industry happening there, but it's not like a normal Vietnamese town. It was overrun with tourists. It was clogged on a Sunday night, and I found it particularly uncomfortable place to be. It was just too crowded, and I was quite disappointed. I mean, the place I stayed at before and now, where I had a couple of drinks, so that's a nice enough place, but maybe it was a bad night to go out. Maybe Sunday's a big night here, but I was surprised how many tourists there were. I've never struck so many over here. So, yeah, not very authentic, and a bit of a disappointment. I might go back to Hoi An once. There's a free shuttle bus takes you to the city. Getting back was expensive. I had to get the taxi, and I want to avoid that, so I'd have to time it so I could get the shuttle bus back as well, because it's just a waste of money. And of course it's difficult to find. I couldn't find a place to sit down and use their Wi-Fi, so I could actually try to get a Grab motorbike back, which would have been fine and would have been about a third the cost of a taxi. But because of the way that they've got walking streets around there, I don't think they're allowed to go into that area, so it was impractical. So that was a bit of a downer as well. But like I said, today I'll just wander around the area. There's a number of places down the road, about 800 metres or up to 800 metres to about 1.7 kilometres. It's not too bad, it's quite doable. Whether I bike it or walk it, I'm not sure. I'll probably get a bike and have a go at it, but the road is a little busy, so for safety purposes, I probably prefer just to walk down there, but I'll see how I feel. But I've got oodles of time. The time's not my enemy. I've got stacks of time to explore. But it'd be nice to have a beer in a cafe on the actual beach. That sounds really good, and that place is open 24 hours apparently. So not bad, and apparently got cheap beers, so it sounds very nice. So I'll check that out. Actually, a lot of sand out all along there. Apparently, speaking to a German guy, he said that he's staying on the place, and he said that they had really bad storms about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's really stuffed up the beaches. That private beach we've got is actually one of the better beaches around, wasn't affected, so pretty lucky. I don't know where this bar is. It's on the beach, might be just down there, but I can't take my bike up to it, unfortunately. It's too much sand. So I could try from around the other side. I'm just a bit worried we're getting too much sun, so I might have to head back. See how it goes. Right along the main road was okay. It's a nice spot, but that bar I'm looking for is just down there, I think. But apparently there's a very cheap place to eat just near us anyway. And so I'll go back to the resort and maybe have a beer there rather than here. I'll walk down here later. Nice little spot here. I don't know what this place is. Look at that later. Like the cautious. Yeah, nice little bridge. It just goes down. It's one of the resorts near my way. Yeah, it's quite nice around here. It's just sporadic. Some areas are really good and other areas are just not done up at all. So pretty typical. But I don't know if this is actually probably a hotel, I imagine. Anyway, it's a nice little spot. Get back to heading home. Well, I found another bar called Puku. Just getting the light settings right here, just absolutely stuffed. It used to be automatic. I don't know what I've done to this camera, but here we go. Yeah, anyway, that's I'm in the sort of the front part. It's a sports bar right over there. It's quite a large sort of area. They've got a big dining area just there, back there, and the building there is actually the sports bar. It's got a snooker table. It's very large, huge place, and as you can see, the right next to the water. Unfortunately, they have to put sandbags in here because of the typhoon they had about 4 or 5 years ago. It's washed out a lot of the sand. It's killed it off. So that would have been a real body blow, because as I said, there's about 15 bars. If you look down there, you'll see about 15 bars fronting up to the sea. And this place seems to be doing better than most, and it got a very good review on Google. And I've got to say, I was pretty happy with the price of my Saigon. It's 25,000. The local place is 20, which is very good as well. But 25 is good. I mean, you pay 35 for most places in Saigon, apart from that seafood place where at 15. I don't know how they do that, but yeah, it's pretty good. So just chilling out down here for a little while, and then it didn't take long to walk here either. I didn't need to take the bike down here at all. It's just, I think it only took about 20 minutes. It didn't get around to checking the time, but I'm sure it didn't take me long at all. Quarter of an hour at the most, I would think, to walk down here. So yeah, it's 20 past 1, and I left about 20 to 22 1. and I dawdled a bit, and it took me a while to find this place. So yeah, I think it only took me a little over 20 minutes or so. Oh, the guy at the bridge, I wanted to walk across that footbridge I saw yesterday, wouldn't let me through because it's actually the entrance to a private resort. So there you go. As suspected, that was a big tour group that came in, and it was they took over all the dining tables. A bus group, I think they were Chinese, because this woman who was flogging, I don't know what she's flogging, it's some sort of trinkets or some sort of mementos from Vietnam. She's telling me she doesn't like them much, and she's restricted from this particular area. That's actually a barrier back there that the hawkers, street hawkers, aren't allowed to go near. She really tried putting pressure on me, saying I hadn't made a sale all morning and open your heart. And the typhoon, we lost 45 people were made homeless from my village, and God almighty, she got the sales spiel down, and it probably works with a few people, but not with me. So, yeah, so that's what happened there. But she's, I don't know if she's still in the same area. She came down here, I know that, probably targeting Westerners as opposed to big tour groups like Chinese, because I guess they've got people that are supervising them, and they'll probably tell them to piss off. So I don't know. But yeah, it's a nice quiet spot. Actually, the Google reviews have been pretty accurate. I haven't tried the food here. I feel a bit queasy, so I don't know what to do it. Although I was tempted to get the calamari rings at 90,000, which is reasonable, I guess. Any seafood's going to set you back a bit, even over here. Yeah, I passed on that so far. Well, the thing is, I sort of semi-promised I'd eat at the local place, and we'll have dinner there. I mean, I could have some calamari rings like for lunch, and then eat out at about 6 or something at the local restaurant. I could do that, not a problem. I'm not going to go to Hoi An, so that won't be an issue. It's nice here by the sea, though. And it has the advantage over where the private beach, and there's a bar here, so much more pleasant to have a few drinks by the sea, I feel. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.